Well, I never thought I would see the day I would be adding Jessica Alba to my list of insufferable people of 2022.
That you're totally impossible and out of control with some sort of drug problem and a fixation on what you consider Rick von Sloniker's wickedness. You're a snob, a sexist, totally obnoxious and tiresome, and lately you've gotten just weird. Why should we believe anything you say?
Hi, this is Christopher Walken, and you're watching Jason King on Kung Fu Hot Dog. Wow! Can I punch him in the face, please?
And it's disappointing to hear someone like her talking like this about the state of the movie industry. Is she qualified? Maybe. Where did she get her data from? Who knows? Probably plopping it out of a big skinny ass and then giving it to the world to look at. So, I want to talk about this article, Fantastic Four-star Jessica Alba, and let's face it, that was the only thing apart from Dark Angel she was ever headlining that people do kind of remember her for. She criticizes Marvel films as still quite, wait for it, Caucasian, says the system just has to be more diverse. What are you talking about, you complete moron, Jessica Alba? Holy shit. The early Marvel films are some of the most diverse films that we've ever seen. Has she not read Marvel comic books in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s? I'm guessing no, she hasn't. This is gaslighting at its worst, people. It really is. In the opinion of Fantastic Four-star Jessica Alba, despite the steps Hollywood has taken to add more diversity to their films, they didn't need to take more steps, really, to be honest. I'm not criticizing the writer of this article, but yeah, they're just taking steps now because of what's going on. It's just so ridiculous. Marvel's MCU endeavors are unfortunately still white. We're just going to call it like that, folks. Alba, who portrayed Sue Storm in the two Fantastic Four films, which, you know what, they're fun films to watch. They really are. Before Iron Man in 2008, watch what Marvel was endeavoring to be. She weighed in on the topic of diversity in Hollywood during a recent interview with Glamour magazine. Is that thing still going? Wow. Given in honor of her being chosen as the publication's July-August cover star. Oh my, stop it, Jessica. Stop it, please. Asked by Glamour's entertainment director assistant, Emily Maddick, more like mad as a chick, if she's noticed a change in how Hollywood has approached representation in recent years. The actress admitted that while she also took issue with how it only resulted from the fact that the topic has become a business initiative for people now that they realize how much money they can make. Hollywood has always been about making money, Alba. You, of all people, should know that. They're not there to be your friend, to hold your hand. It's about giving a product, and if the customer likes the product, which recently hasn't been hitting the home run for Marvel at all, has it, and Disney, then it's all about making the big buck, the big dollar. It's something they care about, which is fine, she said. How they get there really doesn't matter. You're like, great. Now you realize there's a whole group of folks that you just frankly left out of the conversation because you just didn't even see them. They were there the whole time. What? Darling, when I've gone to watch the old Marvel films at the cinema, Captain America, Tony Stark, I'm a big Robert Downey Jr. fan. If I never saw myself being represented, did I get angry? Did I throw an emotional hissy fit at Twitter? No. I went to see a film because I want to see certain comic book characters I read as a teenager and as a kid before that come to life in front of me. It wasn't going home and saying to my friend, oh, by the way, do you know what? I didn't see my representation on the big screen. I'm going to write to Stan Lee and cry. Holy hell. And I guess it's the people in charge, Alba continued. However they get there, it really genuinely doesn't matter. By the way, she was directed by Tim Story, a person of colour, for the Fantastic Four films. Wasn't that diversity enough? And Tim Story did a great job. I mean, God, he made her look super sexy in that lycra outfit. And funny enough, she calls herself a pro-feminist, but yet she had no problem dressing up in an outfit like that at all, did she? She had no problem about that. But hey, you know, who am I? What the hell do I know? I just think more for the younger people who are coming up. Oh God, here we go. What, you mean what, Generation Z for Zero, who are going to be our future leaders. It's important for them to see the world on screen or in stories, in the dreams that we create as entertainers. It reflects the world that they're in. No, it doesn't. The whole point of entertainment, Miss Alba, I've completely lost the plot already, is that we just, well, I don't know what the state of Hollywood is at the moment. It seems to have all been swallowing a really funny pill that just melds their minds and just turns them into insufferable zombies. Look, in the 80s, I was the future generation going forward. And until like the last few years, I've enjoyed a lot of things that have come out. This is such a cringy speech, isn't it? This moment here, going to be our future leaders. What? Non-binary folks, the pod people that live somewhere in the Twitterverse? This woman is completely off her rocker. Jesus Christ. However, despite this recognition of Hollywood's superficial diversification efforts, Alba would go on to criticize, even if you look at Marvel movies, that's the biggest driver of fantasy and what's happening right now in entertainment, because it's the sort of the family thing. It's still quite Caucasian. Let's just go to IMDb and see what Jessica Alba is doing at the moment. This will probably give us a bit of a clue as to what where her focus really lies. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting, isn't it? Because I think she isn't getting much work at the moment, or at all, because no one's really knocking on Jessica Alba's door, are they, for the next big thing? Let's have a look. Time will only tell what she's doing right now. So, okay, so she's been in LA's Finest, which I think was about a female LAPD officer, like that's going to make any sort of difference. Let me see. Jessica Alba, Gabrielle Union. Okay, and it's a 6 out of 10, so it can't really be that great then. Yeah, I doubt very much. And of course, if you're playing an LA police officer, albeit a female one, she's going to have that much makeup on, is she? Oh, okay, right. Okay, so trigger warning. A traumatized veteran who inherits her grandfather's bar and faces a moral dilemma after learning the truth about his untimely death. So Anthony Michael Hall's in it, and he's probably going to be the baddie because, you know, this is 2022, folks. It looks, I mean, just reading about that sounds terrible enough already as it does. What kind of veteran? Is she a war veteran? Is she a veteran nurse? Is she a veteran doctor? God, is that the poster for the film? Oh, she's wielding 2 knives. Well, there you go. Pro-feminist Jessica Alba wielding knives. So you can't wield guns anymore, apparently, except for John Wick 4 has proven that you can. But again, Jessica Alba, we have a knife situation in the UK. Maybe you might want to temper on what kind of film you're bringing out and maybe focusing on how your film may affect other people. But this could be a DVD, straight to DVD fare, maybe on Netflix only, who cares? But wowee, the insufferable Jessica Alba, ladies and gentlemen. I never thought I would actually see the day she would come out with a horrible take like this, especially when she's wearing sexy outfits like that. Didn't have a problem with that, did she, back in 2005? Clearly, she's got a problem with how things are progressing now, having no clue. And again, if you want to see how bad Marvel has gotten at the moment, I mean, she talks about there's no diversity in Marvel. It's all about the white folks. I mean, take a look at that. I mean, this is what you should be scared of. This is the future of the MCU going forward. And another reason why I'll be staying at home and watching things on Blu-ray, playing my video games, my beloved video games, instead of going to the cinema and wasting on feminist garbage like this, which I don't want to see. And by the way, I do like a good female in a good action movie. And I go to Hong Kong, Japan, South Korea for that, because you know what? It's not bloody woke. It doesn't preach down you. You have a good female assassin doing badass things to men and women in those films. But right now, I look at this, I just want to throw up in front of the camera. So if you enjoy this, folks, or if you're traumatized like the new film that Jessica Alba is going to be in, then leave a comment below. Hit the like button, slap the subscribe button, and if I were you, I would check me out on the next, hopefully not insufferable video.